Well, Mac, we're back in action this weekend. Obviously, we've had a few weeks layoff between the last game and this game. How excited are you to get back out there?
Yeah, it's going to be great. Obviously, we haven't been at Kingsholm for quite a few weeks now, so it'll be really good to just get the girls running out at home. And yeah, we've had a few weeks to kind of fine tune some things, and running out against Bristol is going to be a big test for us. We haven't seen them since the final last season, so yeah, it's just going to be a great occasion and good to have a home crowd there to support us.
Yeah, and we've had a few weeks off. Considering the amount of rugby you and the girls have played in the last few months, that must have been a welcome break.
Yeah, for sure. It's a busy season, especially with the World Cup coming up. So to have, kind of a bye week and a reserve week back to back has been really useful for us to, yeah, like I said, fine tune some things and get some much needed rest. And, some of the girls have gone away and had a bit of time away from rugby, so it's been great. But yeah, everyone's just fired up to get back into it and yeah, run up this weekend. So.
Yeah, it's probably not been the start we wanted. Picked up a couple of losses, but from your perspective, how are you assessing the first 6-7 rounds or so?
Yeah, I think we probably haven't had kind of an 80-minute performance that we've kind of wanted. There's been bits and pieces that have been really good, and our game against Series was probably one of our better ones over the last few weeks. But that being said, I think it's tough to come back in after that international window and kind of blend almost two squads together. We had essentially a whole different squad for the first few games, and then kind of blending it back together. So we know that this weekend especially it's going to be really tough, and we're going to have that 80-minute performance. So yeah, maybe not the start we've necessarily wanted, but again, we've not done too bad, and one loss is not too bad. So yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, this weekend will be the first time the two sides have met in the league since the final back in June. How much will the memory of that day, how much is that going to play a part this weekend, do you think?
Yeah, I think it just adds that extra layer to it. Like they got into the final after upsetting Series in their semi-finals, so they kind of had an upward trajectory at the end of their season. So for them to just fall short, I think they'll be itching to kind of right those wrongs, and I think to come to Kingsholm is a tough place to come, especially with some of the girls that we've had coming back from that international setup. So yeah, it'll be a really interesting game. I think it'll be tough. It'll be a full 80-minute battle, and it's not going to be an easy walkover for either team. But yeah, if we just stick to our processes and get things right, we should get the job done. So
yeah, and just looking back at that final, what kind of learnings do we take from that day, do you think?
Yeah, it definitely again wasn't a perfect performance. I think in the first half Bristol put us under an immense amount of pressure, and they're a team that'll do that. They'll hold onto the ball, and they've got some great attacking threats, especially in their back three, and their front row at scrum time are really difficult to deal with. So they've got threats all over the park, so we just know that we have to stick into it. And we've got great leadership through Zoe and Mo, so kind of leaning on them to kind of take control when we need to, and our playmakers to kind of make those decisions, I think is where we'll kind of lean to. And of course our set piece, relying on that is something that we look to do every week. So yeah, it'll be an interesting match for sure. But yeah, the girls are all looking forward to it. So
back at Kingsholm this weekend as well. It's a place you've had, played some huge occasions here. How much of a lift does that give us to play here?
Yeah, I think it's great. We've had the opportunity now to play here with England as well as Gloucester, and it's just such a great atmosphere, and it makes you really feel a part of the club, having people in the shed cheering you on, although I'm sure it's not, the opposition might not say that it's a good place to come, but yeah, it's just great to be in Gloucester and have, such a good fan base. We had some girls come down to watch training on Tuesday, and it's just all about the community and how we can, reach those girls that are looking to play rugby and continue on. So yeah, it's just great to be around, and I think especially in Gloucester, it's such a rugby crazed community, and the connections to Hartbury and all that we have, I think is just what makes this place so special. And I think every time we get an opportunity to play at Kingsholm, whether that's through club or country, is always a great occasion, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And just lastly, we had some great news this week with Alex, Zoe and Maud being named in the World Rugby Dream Team of the Year, as their teammate and close friend. How pleased are you to see that?
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, they're all just great individuals, and I think there's probably some other players like Mo who've just been unlucky to miss out on that. So especially at England, we're really lucky to have so many amazing players, and I think to have them both at club and country, I think it's just so great, and I'm so pleased for them. It's one thing to play well in a tournament or play well in a game, but to be named to the best in your position in the world is an achievement that everyone wants to get, and I think that there's no more deserving people than those three for sure.
Thanks, Mac. Good luck.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks.